Hi, this is Jack Schwager. TradeShark provides the user a great amount of flexibility in how to display price charts and indicators. In this video, I want to share with you the settings that I use to create the templates that were used in the video series for the Jack Schwager indicators. So if some of you want to use the same types of charts, I'll basically show you how to reproduce them. So here's a type of chart that was used throughout the series, namely an indicator superimposed over a price chart and with the status of the indicator shown in background colors. So colored red in this case for short, yellow for neutral, and green for long. So if you wanted to create a similar type of chart, this is the way you would do it. You'd go to Properties, and in this case we're displaying it for the trend weight. The exact same procedure will apply whether you're using the trend weight, the directional weight, or the overbought oversold. So we go to trend weight, the top box here, open that up, and you'll see that we've set the region to price. This is how you get the shading to show in the background for the position status by using the region price. And you'll also notice, and this is important, I've chosen left for the axis. That means the indicator will show on the left side and the price will show on the right side. If you don't choose left, then you will get a completely distorted chart. So you have to use both axes for this type of chart display. And next we go to the formula. In this particular case, we've set the threshold to 20, but you could set it to any level you want. And we also have the optional boxes here, long only, early reversal, and early exit that we discussed in the video series. And if you want any of those to apply, you simply check that. If you want it to say early reversal, you check it. If you don't, you leave it unchecked. And the same is true. And you can check more than one. You can have long only, say, an early reversal. You would not, however, ever choose early reversal and early exit because those two contradict each other. So you basically have to choose one or the other. The next section is the line itself, the indicator line. That simply allows you to choose the colors and the type of line to display. So basically aesthetic choices. You can do whatever you'd like here in terms of these choices. The next section is how you get the background shading colors. And you'll see, and this is important, you have to use stretch here to get this in the background. And you can choose whatever colors. I've basically used a green, a red, and a yellow. And set the opacity level to 40. I've set them anywhere between 40 and 60, I think, in the series. And those seem to work pretty well, but you can choose whatever you'd like. The final sections in this properties box are the upper and lower line. Again, these are just choices of what color you want for the line, the thickness of the line, and so forth, the type of line. Same thing for the lower line. We're talking about these threshold lines here. And the very last item to choose here is the zero line. And again, you could choose a zero line for it if you want. I've basically chosen the same color as I used for the threshold, with the exception that I've used the solid line for the type as opposed to a dashed line for the threshold. But those are individual choices. You can display whatever colors you'd like or types of lines you like. Basically, that's how you pick the settings to get this type of chart, which, as I said, has been used throughout the series. Then to save this all as a template, you would simply go up to this box here, right-click, and save template as, and give it whatever name you'd like. That's basically all there is to it. Next, I'd like to show you how to create the templates for the dual trend indicator. There were two types, as you recall. One had the status of the signal in color background to the price chart, and in the other case we used a strength bar, which we'll show next. So beginning with this type of chart, we could go to Properties, and here we have the dual trend indicator highlighted. We go to the dual trend box. The region, this is the one important thing in this particular section. The region is set to price. That will get the color backgrounds to indicate what the signals are. Next, for formula, the default value is 80. You can set for the threshold. You can set the threshold value, though, to anything you want. And the other important box here is the dual condition. That's either checked or unchecked. It's checked here, which means that you need both subcomponent indicators to be in the same direction to give you a signal. That is both long or both short to get a long or short. If you leave the box unchecked, that means that if you have one indicator long and the other neutral, that's enough to get a long. One indicator short and the other neutral is enough to get a short. So it depends if you want the more restrictive condition of both indicators to get a signal or just one of the indicators and the other neutral. So for this example, let's just use the dual condition, meaning that both both indicators have to be in the same direction. The next area is simply setting the background colors to indicate long, short, neutral, and that's similar to what we described for the trend weight previously. So let's go now to the subcomponents. First, the long trend difference, which is a TradeShark indicator, which is the top subplot. We click this section here. The region is simply the lower number region will be the top chart. Doesn't make a difference what you choose. We have 2 for here for this subplot, and for the next subplot we'll have 3. But any 2 numbers will work equally well. Just remember the lower number will be the top subplot, and the axis we choose here is right. Long trend difference line. That's simply the color and the type of line we use. And then this box allows you to set the 0 line to same thing, color and type of line you want. And going to the trend weight subplot, indicator trend weight, here we have region 3, which just is a higher number, therefore will be a lower subplot. The formula here, we've got the threshold set at 80, as we mentioned in the dual trend. Then we have the choices for how to display the line, the colors, the type of line. Here we have the colors that are used for the trend weight bar, and we indicate top, so that just means that the bar which shows the position of the trend weight is shown at the top of the subplot chart. And the final few sections are simply the choice of what type of line you want, color and type of line, one for the upper threshold and one for the lower threshold. Here we have the alternative display for the dual trend, the difference being instead of showing the positions based upon color coding within the price zone, we instead show these horizontal bars which reflect the status of each of the indicators. 2 horizontal red bars indicate both are short, 2 horizontal greens indicate that both are long, a yellow indicates that one indicator is long, one short, and when you only see a single color, it means one indicator is long or one indicator short here and the other is neutral. To get this type of representation, you go to Properties, Dual Trend, the indicator dual trend section here. That's basically the same. The region is still price. The formula is going to be the same. The one key difference is going to be the position in this indicator section. So you will see to get this display, we chose bottom with strength. That the strength refers to the horizontal bars. Previously, to get the other representation, we used the stretch selection. So again, to get this horizontal bar, which will allow you to trade 2x versus 1x versions of the system, you need to choose bottom with strength, or you can use top with strength, which will be similar. This is Jack Schwager, and that concludes our review of how to select the settings to create some of the key templates we have used in this video series of the Jack Schwager indicators on TradeShark. These indicators are only available on TradeShark.